first meeting in 2022 of the Medina County Board of Commissioners. We'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Somebody must have played with my seat. In our prayer for the morning, Heavenly Father, we beseech your divine guidance in this meeting. Keep us ever mindful of our obligations. Grant us, dear Lord, wisdom, tolerance, and courage, that we may well serve our county and fulfill our trust. Amen. Steve, could I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Yes, move to approve the minutes of December 28th.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Hambley?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes. And I have one resolution to present this morning. It is a reorganizational resolution. This is required every year by the Ohio Revised Code. Basically in this resolution, we are setting the dates for our meetings, which will be Tuesday mornings at 9:30 a.m. Here in this room, in this building. And we will be electing Steve Hambley as president of the board and Colleen Sweattick as the vice president of the board for the year 2022. Can I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Hambley?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Brief hesitancy there. It's like, okay. Yeah,
All
I guess
yours.
I'll go with this one. All right. Well, thank you very much. Just looking forward to another year of service, and a lot that we've accomplished last year to be proud of, and this year I know we've got a whole lot more and a very aggressive agenda. So with that, we do have areas of responsibility. The resolution appointing county commissioners to various committees and areas of responsibility for the year 2022.
Second?
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right. And then next order of business, we have the Highway Department. Andy Conrad's office for Andy is Dan Becker.
Morning, Happy New Year.
Good morning, Ed.
Good
Morning, morning. Let's see what we have here. We've got 4 resolutions for your consideration today. The first resolution is authorizing the county engineer to proceed with certain instances of force accounts for the repair of roads, bridges, and culverts in the county. The second resolution is authorizing the president of the board of the county commissioners to submit applications for Ohio Public Works Commission Issue 1 funding. The third resolution is authorizing the Medina County Commissioners to participate in the ODOT Cooperative Purchasing Program. And the fourth resolution is to reduce weight limits on improved county and township highways. And then we also have the weekly permit list.
Second?
Moved and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Dan.
Dan.
Have a good day. Jeremy Sento, our sanitary engineer. Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Jeremy?
6 resolutions for your consideration today. The first is authorizing an agreement between the county sanitary engineer and Arbor Falls Golf Course LLC for the sharing of cost for the improvement of the Deerview Lane lift station. The second is creating a restricted sanitary sewer main on Fixler Road. The third is authorizing the sanitary engineer to enter into agreement with Jones and Henry Engineers for professional design services. This is for a sanitary sewer design to generate a spec book and help with the bid of the project on Fixler Road east of Ridge. The fourth is authorizing the execution of the Ohio Department of Development Water and Wastewater Infrastructure Grant Program grant agreement. That's for the Spieth Road permanent generator. The fifth is resolution awarding the bid for yard waste management services for the Medina County Solid Waste District. And the final one is authorizing legal services agreement with Eastman and Smith at the Solid Waste District.
I'll make a motion to approve the 6 resolutions.
Second?
Moved and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Holly Murin, our Human Resources Director. Good morning.
On a personal changes resolution today. We have one new hire at Job and Family Services, 2 promotions, one at Job and Family Services and one in transit, 3 rate increases in sanitary, 3 leave of absence, one at county home, one at sanitary, one at transit, and 1 return from leave in sanitary.
I will make a motion to approve.
Second?
Moved in second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ellen.
Scott Miller, County Administrator. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. I have 2 resolutions for you today. The first resolution is authorizing agreement with On Technology Partners. This is for the provision of computer network support services in Medina County Sheriff's Office. And the second resolution is authorizing agreement with Integrated IT Group. This is for the provision of asset discovery services for the Medina County Commissioners Departments.
I will make a motion to approve the 2 resolutions.
Second?
Moved in second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Debbie Kiley, Job and Family Services Director. Good morning, Debbie.
Morning, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
4 resolutions for your consideration. The first is a resolution to assign authority to the Director of Medina County Job and Family Services to serve as the board's designee with authority to request and sign inter-county adjustment agreements on behalf of Medina County. The next is accepting and awarding proposals for foster family software services. The next is accepting and awarding proposals for behavioral health services for Job and Family Services. And the last one is just editing a resolution requesting amendments to our PRC plan.
I will make a motion to approve the 4 resolutions.
Second?
Moved in second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Excellent, thank you. Amy Lang-Gavin, our Assistant County Administrator.
Good morning. I have 7 resolutions for your consideration. The first is amending the appropriation measure resolution. The second is the fourth quarter 21 sales tax distribution to the various districts, school districts located in Medina County. The third is declaring Medina County property as excess property. The fourth is approving the transfer of Medina County inventory between various Medina County offices. The fifth is allowing expenses of county officials. Did I say fifth? Fifth, pardon me if I said that incorrectly. The sixth is allowing expenses of the county engineer. And then the seventh and last resolution for finance this week is approving claims for the week in the amount of $285,606.98.
I will make a motion to approve the 7 resolutions.
Second?
Moved in second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. All right. Next we have on the agenda, department updates. Denise Testover, Planning Services.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so we ended the year with actually the same numbers that I presented to you in December, as the December subdivisions that were reviewed and approved were included in those numbers. So we ended with 1,442 total sublots created in 2021. So we're definitely looking forward to 2022. For this January, we are reviewing a replat in Liverpool, a final plat in Sharon, and also completing officer elections. We also do have a concept plan that we will review for this month as well in Liverpool Township. Today is the deadline for our February meeting. At this point, we do not have any agenda items, but we're hopeful that we'll get a couple of plans in today. We're continuing, as Steve knows, to work on Senate Bill 52, which we will be discussing later. And our subdivision regulations work group, reviewing our subdivision regulations, will meet at the end of January, so we'll be meeting monthly to complete that review process. Are there any questions? I also do have the one resolution as part of my report to present to you. This is the resolution approving a loan subordination agreement for Michael Carino for the property located at 8750 Willow Road in Burbank. Ohio. Essentially, Michael is a CHIP grant recipient and is applying for a loan, so his lending officer contacted me and asked for a loan subordination. There is a remaining equity of $30,500. He actually, as part of the CHIP grant, we are covered as a county if you decide to approve that resolution for him.
A couple questions.
Sure, go ahead.
So the amount of the loan was originally 32,000,
Right,
but the current balance is 15,600.
correct.
All right. That answers my question.
Okay. I know, I had the same question for the loan officer, but she said she had to use the original loan amount as part of their approval process. So I included in the resolution, just to be consistent with what they were doing.
I will make a motion to approve.
Second.
Moved in second. Any other questions on this one? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Denise. Next, we have Laura Toth, Office for Older Adults.
Hello, Happy New Year. I feel like I was just here. Everything flies in December.
Yeah, thanks.
Office for Older Adults was lucky to be able to provide both our Christmas lunch on December 17th and our New Year's Eve party on 12/29. We had over 40 people at each event, and we made the event as safe as possible by social distancing and masking. So the seniors were so happy to get out and be able to celebrate a little bit. So I'm glad to report that. But we are not so lucky with the Brunswick Senior Expo, which is scheduled for Friday, January 14th. I just felt as an agency, I couldn't have control over how many people would be going through that gym and making sure, given the rates, that they were using the precautions they need to. So we want to just push it to February. We're looking at a couple dates in February with the Brunswick Rec. So the Senior Expo will take place, but we're going to push it to a Friday in February. So I wanted to make sure that you know that. I'm not very popular at the agency this morning. I just got back. But we're going to go ahead and do that to be as safe as possible. We're beginning to get calls about tax preparation. That's our big January thing. Everybody wants an appointment for taxes. So our agency works with the AARP. They get the volunteers and train them, and they schedule appointments at the library, but we fill those appointments. That's our role. So the seniors call into us, and then we fill up their appointments. So the good news is that they're still preparing to do the program in 2022, and the volunteer preparers have picked up all their training materials. But the bad news is they're delaying. They're usually training right now, and they're pushing that out for at least 2 weeks. So we've been telling seniors who do call, we will know nothing until after Martin Luther King Day. So please call January 18th or later, and hopefully we'll have appointments to fill. Last year we scheduled, I don't know if you remember, we scheduled everybody and then they canceled, and it was a bit of a mess. So we're trying to avoid that, just saying please call back when we know that they're going to be there and be scheduled. And we're also giving people alternatives for free tax services and discounted tax preparers in the county when they call. The restaurant voucher program began at Suprema Senior Center yesterday. We've already given out over 150 vouchers for the month of January. Medina Creative Living, who operates the cafe, they're offering a variety of meals for voucher participants, so that's up and running again. That was really good. We participated, and it just came to a conclusion in the Subaru Share the Love program, and we were excited to expand our media reach through this program on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, because we all know how much seniors love Twitter. I don't know. I wanted to make sure that everybody knows trip books will be available. That's usually what we do at the expo. We give out trip books. They will still be available on Friday, January 14th. They'll be able to pick them up either in Medina or Brunswick, and then they can start scheduling trips for 2022 on Tuesday, January 18th. So that is still going forward. That's about it. Next month, I hope to present our 2021 numbers. I do know that we have delivered over 50,000 meals to seniors in Medina County in 2021, and we depleted all our congregate units, so people were coming back, going to Medina and Brunswick, eating meals, and about the third week of December, we ran out of those grant units, so we were able to use levy money to that going through year end, but I know we did a really good job on our meal programs and getting services to seniors, so it'll be exciting to report that next month. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
I'll see you on Insta.
All right. We do have commission resolution appointing representatives to the Medina County Planning Commission. At this point, for representing village representative is Sue Frey, Township Representative Sally Albrecht, and Township Representative Melda Augustine.
I will make a motion to approve.
Second.
Moved in second, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. We do have notice of liquor permit filing, transfer request from Rivalry Brews on Lafayette Road to Rivalry Brews located in 2425 Medina Road, Suite 109, Granger Township, for a C1 permit. This is only just a notice of that, no action is required by us. Takes care of that, all right. And now open it up to a public comment. Okay, nobody here from the public to comment, then we'll move forward. We do have a discussion session. Open it up. Scott, you've got something?
Yeah, just wanted to give you a quick update. So the crane for the steel will be delivered probably Thursday or Friday. So they will be closing, Liberty Street, just north of the construction site, probably 2 lanes for a couple hours, one of those days. Steel was to be delivered next week, but it may be delayed because all the truck drivers had COVID. And the steel is here, it's just they don't have any way to get it to us. So worst case scenario is it will be delivered the following week. So I also wanted to just give you a quick update. To date, we've spent about $4.6 million on the actual construction of the courthouse, and we spent about $1.8 million on the design, about another $338,000 to go on the design of it. In total, with bond issuance costs, which were $333,000, we spent about $7 million so far, and that's with all the permits and everything. So we're doing really well. We're, I think, currently under budget actually, so we're in good shape.
So out of our $1.6 million contingency fund, we spent what, $500,000 or $600,000?
About 600,000, yeah, and that's we upgraded the data center. That was expensive. We hit the old jail foundation, which cost some additional funding. So there's been some unexpecteds and some upgrades that we've done. So we still have about $1 million, and we don't expect to use really any more of that contingency until we hit the 1841 courthouse. And once we hit the 1841 courthouse, I'm sure there'll be some surprises, so we'll probably tap into that a little bit too. But I know that we used very little of the contractor contingency. I think we've only used a couple $1,000s of that, and we used none of Gilbane's contingency, which is over $500,000. So
I think it's amazing how on schedule it is, all staying, considering the scope of the project.
yeah, it is. So yeah, we're doing well, and Gilbane's doing a phenomenal job. Bransletter's done a nice job.
So with the amount of steel coming, are they going to have like a just-in-time delivery, do you know? Because I don't know where they would stage all of it. They have that much space.
Yeah, I think the answer is yes. They're going to be delivering in sequence, so the first beam that gets laid will be the first one delivered, and it'll follow that pattern. So I believe so, yes.
Interesting.
It's interesting.
So
Let's hope for good weather.
yes, please. So all right, thank you.
Excellent, all right. Anyone else? Jeremy?
Just 2 things here. On Fixler Road, we had 4 properties that agreed to have a sanitary sewer installed as an assessed project where we would put the sewer main in and do the laterals to the buildings and abandon their septic tanks. Recently, we've been doing a lot of projects where the county's going to cover the cost of the main. Just wanted to get your opinion or your permission. Maybe we could pay to have the sewer main installed for these 4 properties, still assess them for their laterals and the abandonment of their septics. It would save each property owner about $23,000. And we do have money available in our sanitary budget to cover that cost. So if you're okay with that, I'd like to go ahead and cover that cost for those homeowners.
Jeremy, if we do this, is that consistent with how we have treated other homeowners in similar situations?
Yeah, we're doing that water main extension due to the property owner's request on Center Road west of Waggle, and we have the Fixler Road sanitary sewer that we're extending just the sewer main. Residents would be responsible for the lateral, so that would be consistent.
I'm good, Ryan.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, perfect. And then the other thing, just a quick update on the Columbia Road Riverbank project. The access road down to the river is in. The tree clearing is underway over there. And then the contractor also took some photographs. There's been some considerable bank erosion with all the rain that we've gotten. So it's a really good thing that we've gotten that, or that we're moving forward at this project. So that's
I
all
don't know if this is for you or if this is for Amy. Did Granger Township, is that homeowners association water project going through? Did they decide on their half of the ARP money?
They're making those decisions. They expect sometime during the month of January.
So that project's not on your radar yet? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Very good, thank you. Anyone else? Amy, anything? Holly? Nothing else? Okay, I know we have so I guess open up to ours, and then I know we have a push for executive session we'll have to do, but, Bill, you have anything?
We're gonna talk about Senate Bill 52.
Right, yes, okay, yeah,
So,
well, this.
that's,
All right, yeah, Senate Bill 52, we had received a letter from Granger Township regarding a recommendation to exclude them from the zone. And after discussion with them, I think each of us, at least talking to one of the trustees over there, we did send them the information, the manual that the CCIO had put out regarding it, going into detail of the process. I think they were, I'll just, in my opinion, they were a little bit premature in taking the action until they had that information. Now they've got the information, I think they're talking about reconsidering it. Denise Testa will be, I told her, she's our point person, will be attending their meeting on Thursday to answer any questions. But I know we have further discussions we're going to have regarding that, or if you have anything else we need to add regarding the resolution itself. Bill, did you
no,
have any
but
other comments?
there's, in the CCAO, if I can get this up here.
Okay. In their manual?
Manual that they
Yeah.
sent out, I'm not sure where I got this big blank here, but anyhow, there is a process that we need to go through, before we pass this resolution. And, so we should be mindful of that. Cause I thought we were gonna pass it in, February or later this month.
Later this month, yeah.
And actually, we have to give 30 days notice, and go through a process of notifying schools, townships. and all
We
that.
actually did, and actually, we did comply with that in early December.
Was that part of our public
That was part of
hearings?
our public hearings. We
Okay.
did letters of notification, not only to the school boards, but all the townships, as well as the municipalities, regarding that. I mean, the public hearings aren't actually required. The other component was the publishing of the maps in the public libraries. That was,
We've
Denise,
done that.
were there some other, you've gone through the list, right? I think you are a point person. You want to come forward and kind of see if there's anything else that we need to do before we would take further action on this.
Correct. So when we started the process, we actually completed all 3 of those items, including letters to the school boards and municipal corporation, township trustees, and we also added our villages as well to that. So our 30-day notice, we've already met that, and that was completed, it was before, excuse me, Thanksgiving, because we wanted to make sure that the holiday didn't impact that. So whenever, and then within that 30-day notice, we also included this date of discussion of the resolution. And so, yeah, we've met those thresholds. If the resolution, once we vote on it, and if it is passed, then we have 30 days until we need to record it. We record it 5 days after that 30 days, and then it becomes official, so.
I know we got the letter from Granger. Has any other, local entity reached out to you with any questions or concern?
Granger, Homer, Hinckley, I believe, have all supported the proposal. Brunswick did not have any comment. And there might have been a couple more, but those are the three that come to mind. We haven't, the only one that we've received that was not in favor was the most recent letter we received from Granger.
Me too, me too.
So yes, so we haven't, and there have been maybe, a couple of residents that have had questions, and I've responded to that as well, so.
And this is obviously an absolutely new area of law. And the commissioners, the County Commissioners Association, the County Commissioners didn't ask for this authority. So we're kind of new ground, and I think it's a new process, new concept. And the townships and local governments obviously are trying to get a handle, kind of grasp as to what the process might be. And I think we are taking a lead on this, but I think in such a way that certainly we've informed them and involved them. I know at the Township Association, well, their business meeting as well as their celebration for the holidays, talked to a number of them, and at least as individuals, none voiced any concerns. Most were supportive that when we talked of what we're doing in the approach. Obviously, the approach largely still puts, as you know, the components that the townships can ask us to remove them from the exclusionary zone. But it would be a process that fits through the Planning Commission, which is the concept the commissioners have adopted, that the Planning Commission would process these proposals. Because I think as one of the Senator Rob McCauley, who's the bill sponsor, one of the primary bill sponsors, says, these kind of projects, when you talk about 1,000 acres, solar or wind, they're transformative. They're a major change to the community because they're gonna be there for 30 plus years. And so it's important that it fit into a comprehensive plan in some way. And I think that makes a lot of sense. And I think that's our approach. And since our planning, and we don't do county zoning is done locally, everything gets processed through our County Planning Commission, and it makes sense that the County Planning Commission is involved in those comments before the commissioners would take action, which is ultimately where the legislature placed the authority.
And the one concern that was expressed by Granger Township was the lack of local control. They wanted to have control as opposed to the county having the control, and it's quite the opposite. If we don't restrict the areas, then they don't have any more control, and we don't have any real control. So it just goes down to the power siting board, and we both lose out. So this is a way, by restricting it, of making sure that commissioners, and we can include townships in any conversations and discussions, and exercise some degree of control.
Okay, so.
I'm glad we've covered all our bases. Thank
So,
you.
all right, we will wait to hear from Granger Township as to whether they want to be included or not.
Right.
And we can tentatively put this on for the agenda for next week. And we have, as far as Denise, and when we looked at it, that we have legally and technically complied with all requirements to enact the resolution. So, okay, good. Any other, do you have any other discussion? Other discussion?
No, that
I
was
do
it.
have one other, I just want to bring up for discussion that I would like to propose that in our agenda, and I know normally it doesn't happen, only have certain issues of resolutions come forward, but I would like to split up our public comment. Much as many city councils and village councils, they create a process where if you have pending resolutions, the public has the opportunity to comment regarding those pending resolutions before action is taken. The way we currently have this structured is the public comment typically comes after we've already passed all the resolutions. So what I'm proposing is our future agendas, if you don't mind, we would add a component allowing for a public comment regarding pending resolutions only. And it still could be time limited, like we ask them to, for the 5 minutes. And then towards where we currently have a position for public comment, which would be just general comments or questions, and likewise still asking them to limit to 5
Are you
minutes.
talking between each resolution or each person's like group, like Amy does 11?
No, what I would
Then we-
suggest is before we even before we get into the resolutions themselves, that we ask, well, we just provide for the opportunity for public to comment, and they just specifically just have to say they want to comment about a pending resolution. Normally, we're not going to get anybody here, and that's only on rare occasion that we've got some, that we've had a group of people.
So really, you'd put it in between the approval of the minutes and the resolution.
Exactly right.
So,
I'm
Yeah,
fine with
and
that.
just allows them an opportunity to make sure that we've already demonstrated to the public, yes, we have resolutions, we are going to listen to you before we vote on them. And I think that, you know, I'll just say, in prior years I've been there, if we had something that controversial, sometime we would allow the public to go ahead and comment. But at this point, we just pro forma, have it as part of the agenda.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I am too.
Certainly, that'd be great, thank you. I've got nothing else.
All right, then I will make a motion to go into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes, and we'll be in there, and I presume that at this point, we will be returning, and we will be taking no further action. And that will, other than adjourning. Thank you, everybody, have a good week.
Is this my chair?
No, I didn't move chairs.
session.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Move second, any discussion? Roll call.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.